Welcome to Middle Class Matters, Business News in English from Dr CMA Alagesan. CAG report number 19 of 2023, Bharatmala Pariyojana Road Schemes. Part number 14 continue. Recommendation number 6. Any inter-component substitution or fetching of national highways length beyond 74,942 km, including 10,000 km for residual NHDP length. National highways length approved by CCEA for substitution need to be put up for CCEA approval, along with further detailing of substitution clause whereby certain criteria of inclusions and exclusions are clearly defined. Recommendation number 7. As envisaged in MORTH Standard Operating Procedure, quality detailed project report should be prepared based on the latest technologies available, standard designs for structures and access control guidelines. Recommendation number 8. All projects in future need to be appraised and approved based on detailed project reports. Also, there needs to be incorporated in the detailed project report a comprehensive cost-benefit analysis based on optimal lanes composition, capital cost recovery, mode of construction, competing infrastructural developments, analysis of contours, counter claims of existing concessionaires, and detailed environmental impact. Recommendation 9. As envisaged in MORTH Standard Operating Procedure, a detailed guidance document for preparation of detailed project reports needs to be prepared by NHAI. Recommendation number 10. MORTH should prioritize projects based on defined criteria approved by CCEA so as to optimally utilize the scarce financial resources. 3.6 Planning for Phase 1 of Bharatmala Pariyojana. MORTH Origin Destination Study, component-wise national highways construction in synergy with development of logistic parks and connecting more districts with national highways network were important constituent of MORTH proposal of Bharatmala Pariyojana of CCEA. 3.6.1 Development of logistics parks. To facilitate efficient and seamless freight movement in the country, 35 multimodal logistics parks MMLPs were proposed by MORTH in 2016 October at different locations with the directions that these MMLPs were to be developed through joint ventures between NHAI and Industrial Development Authority Corporation of the concerned state government. Earmarking and procurement of land was to be done by the state government, while NHAI was to provide the trunk infrastructure in an MMLP as an access to the national highways network. MORTH reiterated in February 2017 its decision by issuance of direction for the development of MMLPs by NHAI. MORTH further allowed in March 2017 NHAI to set up special purpose vehicle in case the land was available with private developers. NHAI in response in April 2017 requested MORTH that before it could take up the development of MMLPs, a comprehensive policy framework with defined roles and responsibilities of various stakeholders and departments of central and state governments needed to be pronounced, with emphasis inter alia on the following issues. MMLPs were to deal with multimodal connectivity, namely railways, inland waterways, air and coastal linkages. Hence, proposed a structure of special purpose vehicles for MMLPs involving NHAI, respective state governments, Ministry of Railways, Ministry of Shipping, Ministry of Civil Aviation was to be evolved and approved by MORTH. To MMLPs were to handle large volume of export-import cargo for which custom bonding facilities similar to facilities at inland ports were to be provided. For clearance of food items, quarantine facilities from Ministry of Agriculture or Ministry of Health were required at MMLPs, for which the roles and responsibilities of various ministries were to be identified or defined. 3. Guidelines were to be evolved and approved for formulation of special purpose vehicle with private developers. And 5. Model concession agreement for development of MMLPs on public-private partnership mode was to be framed. Eventually, development of 35 MMLPs was made part of BPP-I. As per CCEA approval, development of MMLPs at strategic location, including connectivity of logistic parks, was made part of National Corridors Efficiency Improvement component of BPP-I so as to enhance logistics efficiency. The SOP issued by MORTH on BPP-I further elaborated the role of NHAI in development of MMLPs by stating that NHAI would be responsible for development of MMLPs for improving efficiency of corridors in line with the policy issued by Ministry of Commerce and Industry. NHAI was also made responsible for approving concession agreement for MMLPs. The status of development of 35 MMLPs as on March 31st, 2023 was as follows. Table number 3.11 Status of development of MMLPs as on March 31st, 2023. Serial number 1 Vijayawada, Valsad, Bhopal, Sundargarh, Hisar, Kota, Ahmedabad, Jagadishpur. Idea of MMLP at these 8 locations were based on pre-feasibility studies. MMLP at Anandapur proposed in place of Vijayawada. Status 2. Serial number 2 15 MMLPs status pre-feasibility study completed. 3. Visakhapatnam work for feasibility study awarded in December 2022. 4. Surat and Sangrur. Feasibility studies suggested that MMLPs at Surat and Sangrur were not viable due to inadequate demand for MMLP in the region. 5. Indoor. Work awarded to contractor and SPV formation was in progress. 6. 4 MMLPs. Target for completion of phase 1 of these MMLPs in June 2025. 7. Bangalore. Target for completion of phase 1 of MMLP in January 2025. 8. Nagpur and Chennai. Target for completion of phase 1 of these MMLPs is October 2024. 9. One park at Jogigopha being developed by NHIDCL. MORTH directed on 14th November 2019 NHIDCL to take up the work of creation of basic infrastructure for MMLP like port, rail and road connectivity, provision of water and electricity facility and administrative building of EPC mode at 693.97 crore. This was in non-compliance of decision taken on 2nd July 2019 and 2nd September 2019 by Special Secretary Logistics, Ministry of Commerce and Industry that the development, operation and maintenance of MMLP was to be carried out by a special purpose vehicle on private-public partnership mode and the government's function was to be restricted to development of access to road to highways and rail access up to terminal. NHIDCL in response to MORTH letter dated 14th November 2019 entered into the following EPC agreements. 1. External trunk connectivity and internal infrastructure work at MMLP Road and Utility Package number 1. Date of award 4/6/2020. Award value 165.94 crores. And 2. Internal infrastructure works at MMLP Building and Infrastructure Works Package 2 5/8/2020 80.08 crores. 3. Earthwork including supply of P-way fittings and track ballast in connection with construction of railway siding package 3, 9/12/2020, 21.85 crores. 4. Construction of inland waterways terminal 6/10/2021, 63.9 crores. It may be seen from the above that as on 31st March 2023, based on pre-feasibility studies and feasibility studies, idea of 3 MMLPs and 2 MMLPs respectively have been dropped, wherein 15 MMLPs only pre-feasibility study has been completed. Work for feasibility study in respect of Visakhapatnam MMLPs has been awarded, whereas for Indoor MMLP contractor has been appointed and SPP formulation work in progress. Responsibility of development of MMLP at Guwahati was transferred from NHAI to NHIDCL. The suboptimal state of development of 35 MMLPs could be attributed to the following reasons. 1. Model concession agreement for development of MMLPs on public-private partnership mode was approved by MORTH as late as of October 2021 only. 2. The National Logistic Policy 2022 could be made effective with delay in September 2022 by Ministry of Commerce and Industry. 3. MORTH, while proposing 35 MMLPs under BPP-I, merged it with National Corridors Efficiency Improvements Programs component of BPP-I. Thus, no separate details of funds to be allocated for development of 35 MMLPs under BPP-I were available, despite it having significant impact on freight flow projections and origin destination nodes and earmarked funds requirements. And 4. For 3 years from the date of approval of BPP-I, no concrete decision could be taken regarding composition of special purpose vehicles for development of MMLPs. Initially, MORTH was directing NHAI or NHIDCL to enter joint venture and form state-wise MMLP-wise private developer-wise special purpose vehicles. However, on 24th September 2020, MORTH conveyed its decision to designate Cochin Port Road Company Limited (CPRCL) as an umbrella special purpose vehicle for development of all the 35 MMLPs approved by CCEA and other port connectivity projects being implemented by NHAI. For this purpose, 100 crore initial grant was given to CPRCL. All other port projects companies of NHAI were to be made subsidiaries of this company. In spite of designating CPRCL as umbrella special purpose vehicle for development of MMLPs, NHAI was instructed to continue with detailed project report preparations and awarding of projects for identified MMLPs and port projects. Thus, there was lack of clarity, marked roles and responsibilities between NHAI and CPRCL. Similarly, NHIDCL was continuing to work on MMLP at Jogijopa in spite of it incorporating one special purpose vehicle for the same on 26th February 2021. MORTH, while accepting in April 2022 the fact of non-development of even a single MMLP by March 2022, attributed the reasons to procedural delays in finalization of model concession agreement, creation of special purpose vehicles, entering the agreement with railways for partnership, signing of MOU with state governments, conduct of free feasibility studies, etc. Recommendation number 11. MORTH should prioritize approval for these MMLP projects where basic groundwork, feasibility assessment and consultation with stakeholders have been completed and the necessary policy framework and model concession agreements have been developed to avoid any disruption or hindrance at later stage. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it to your friends to know how our tax money is being spent by the government. This will go a long way in while we can object for contributing as tax to the government and make accountable of the people for our utilization of our tax money. Thanks for watching.